Okay, let's see who joins us. We are back and we are live again. Let's see what happened now, y'all. Ooh,
I'm doing this just because I want to kill time.
Okay.
Boozing with gays.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Hey, everybody. We are back to doing this again.
I'm fixing my fan.
Yo, it's been a week.
It's been
a week. Cheers. Let's see if we're glitching now. All right.
What are we drinking, Michael?
All right. All I know is Rob Nagel is here. We are drinking the Tight End.
The Tight Snatch. He doesn't know.
Tight End.
Tight Snatch.
Tight Snatch.
He really doesn't know.
I have more recently had a tight end than a tight snatch. But I have been known to be snatched.
You're just talking now.
So we are properly synced and we are back. I hope all this goes according to plan.
Since we're properly synced, will you read something for me?
I will read whatever you need.
Go.
So we're back and we have to read this. It is our fair use statement. Fair use statement. Excerpts of copyrighted material may, under certain circumstances, be quoted verbatim for purposes such as criticism, news reporting, teaching, and research without the need for permission from or payment to the copyright holder. We have to put that up every time we do this.
And sometimes we forget.
Then they want to shut us down.
Then they want to shut us
They
down.
want to shut it down. Shut it down. Whoo.
So,
all right. It's been a day. It has been a day. So if we seem a little flustered, I will just say, it's been a day. It's been a day. You want to talk about it a little bit?
So it started this morning, and my brother texted all of us saying that my stepmother was in the hospital, that her brain was bleeding, and she probably will not make it through the night.
So we're sending our heartfelt love to your dad,
to my stepbrothers,
Kurt,
Mark,
and Kurt.
It's a hard one.
It is a very hard one today.
Deanna has been so tremendously kind to our family. Has always asked about the kids, always been, just very supportive.
Yeah. So, we're just going to just.
The hard part for me, so I've spoken to my one sister. Two sisters, and my brother actually, and I've been in contact with them kind of throughout the day. The hardest part was talking to my father, because my dad has always held the position of being the rock of the family, and he just broke down into tremendous tears, and that was really hard. And of course, our big concern right now is he is in the stages of Alzheimer's, and we don't know where he's going to be living. Can he live by himself? Do we need to find a residence for him with that support? So it's that's the stuff. And then you had family news.
And then my nephew was in a ATV accident and maybe paralyzed. So we are sending he and his family as much good love and joy and energy to this whole thing, and it's just been a crazy day.
So
it's been an absolutely crazy
pop ourselves
day.
Out of this.
We're doing a pop ourselves out. Well, the first thing
today,
we gotta do, I didn't tell y'all what's in the Tight Snatch.
Oh yeah,
the Tight Snatch.
Oh, I didn't write that down.
No, the Tight Snatch is vodka, peach schnapps, orange, and cranberry juice. Honey, it's trashy as hell, and we are going for it.
It truly is wonderful.
It's trash. We are drinking trash.
It really is wonderful. Like, it's a great summer drink. I kind of want to sit by a pool and just drink this all day. It reminds me of like a Mai Tai, like a really tropical, fruity.
It's trash.
It's trash.
It's a trash drink. It's a trash drink. So we're gonna drink trash drinks, and we're gonna bring ourselves out of whatever we are feeling.
Talk about this too. I wish we had our rattan furniture and our cheesecake. Today, Michael Shepard, is a special day, isn't it?
Oh my gosh, it is such a special day.
What day is it?
Today is, hold on, I gotta pull it from up here. It is National Golden Girls Day.
I didn't know. I never knew.
Solid gold.
I never knew it was a thing.
Well, okay, so it's not really a thing. It's not really a thing. So today is actually National Cheesecake Day.
Oh, I see.
It's National Cheesecake Day.
And to tie that in.
So to tie it all in, they have added it to National Golden Girls Day. So any day could be a National Anything Day, but honey, National Golden Girls Day.
And today we are celebrating Dorothy.
If I'd had the money, I could have been living in a swinging condo instead of with... I better not say anything till I've had my coffee. A slut and a moron. I'm sorry, it must be decaf. That superstitious nonsense. You know, step on a crack, break your mother's back. It doesn't work. I know. I tried.
I have been told I bear a striking resemblance to Miss Cheryl Ladd. Although my bosoms are perkier.
Not even if you were hanging upside down on a trapeze.
I mean, you had 56 boyfriends. You told me you were a virgin till you got married.
Hey, you can have a boyfriend without having to go all the way.
You cannot. If that were true, Rose, that would mean you were a slut.
Oh, come on, Blanche, how can you say that? So the woman had 56 boyfriends in 1 year. She's not a slut.
Thank you, Doris.
She is the slut. She's the grand poobah of slutdom.
The grand poobah of slutdom defines you, I find.
I am the grand poobah of slutdom.
Yeah, that actually has a whole different meaning with you.
Baby. And I have to say this, Jennifer Warren just tells me on the line here that it's also National Chicken Wing Day. So this is the day that black folks and white folks can come together.
We can come together.
Chicken wings and cheesecake. That's going to be the title of my one-person show.
Chicken wings.
And chicken wings and cheesecake. It's all going to be Dorothy's Vornak comebacks. That's all it's going to be. All day, every day.
So, we kind of set ourselves up last week. Last week, I played this clip.
We're going to be talking about the penis.
And then we felt the pressure
to plan an entire show around what?
The penis.
The penis.
And we found one thing. So we're going to share.
You would think that we would find a lot of things about the penis. And I did. I found lots of things about the penis.
But in this episode, we have one thing, and it's Olympics. It ties into the Olympics.
Hold on. Did y'all know?
Oh, what? What are you doing?
If you type in penis on Twitter, what happened?
Oh.
You get nothing but porn. Nothing but porn on the Twitter.
You know that's not surprising, right?
I know. And so that's why we don't have as much planned tonight, because I got caught in a little K-hole.
So when I had my blog.
Your blog, which was called what?
Mommy with a Penis.
Mommy with a Penis.
And I want to find my blog, and I type in Mommy with a Penis in the search engine. What would I find?
You would find penises.
A lot of mommies holding penises. It is true. It's true.
Yeah.
So that is a thing. But we have
Hold on. You know what? Before we get to the penises, let's welcome some folks.
Oh.
Hey, Kathy Walker. We owe you it's been a busy week. We owe you a phone call and
it's not gonna happen
message.
I don't think it's gonna happen this
You know,
way.
I love the fact that the cast of the Octa Room, which is playing at the Fountain Theater, is watching us during their intermission.
Oh.
Hey, Rob Nagle. Hey, Laura Nat, Matthew Black. I love the fact that you're always here. Hey, Jenny. Let's see. Jennifer Lee Warren, here. Robin McWilliams. Hey, Rita Shepard. Love. My sister. Hilda. Good to see you, baby. Hey, Gloria.
I don't know what that means.
Bernard. Who else is here? Whole bunch of folks is here. We gonna keep talking. So we decided,
that was very...
Hey, babe. Bethany's here.
Oh,
Bethany's here.
We thought she was going to be later.
Now. Oh, but no, she has arrived. Victoria Hoffman is here. And Stacey Reed Payton. We love having all you folks here. Thank you so much. And also Ambrose Forever, because we know you're watching. All right.
That was fun.
That was just a delight.
It was just a trip.
It was. It's a delight. Okay, so talk. This is our one penis thing we found.
Okay, this deals with deals with the Olympics.
You're 18 years old, it's your first Olympics, and you swam. Honestly, your third leg was just phenomenal.
Yeah, I mean...
Your third leg.
You're 18 years old and your third leg was
phenomenal.
absolutely
Phenomenal third leg.
And as two 18-year-olds are proud to do, they giggle.
They giggled.
They giggle.
They snort.
Hey,
They
Julie.
They chortled.
Hey, cousin Jessica. They chortled over the third leg comment.
Yes.
I was just like, okay.
Well, there we go.
The third leg.
The third. Well, let's give. Okay, that was Tom Dean and Matthew Richards. They won the 800-meter freestyle relay, and Claire Balding was the phenomenal third leg.
Okay, do we have any British people out there?
What?
Can we talk about your names?
Claire Balding.
Claire Balding. I have a friend
know where
named
you're
Martin
going.
Hare. We have another friend named James Foot. We love British last names.
I find that there are a lot of nouns as last names.
Yeah.
You know,
Tow truck.
toadstool, penny
Right.
whistle.
Hey, cousin Joanne. My cousin Joanne is here. Love that, love that, love that. All right, we got some more news. We're going to talk about the Olympics, honey, because the Olympics has been just something else this week. Y'all know.
Well, one of the most. First of all, you and I really don't watch the Olympics.
We don't.
Let's not pretend.
We watch excerpts. We watch Leslie Jones watching the Olympics.
Oh, that's fun.
Yes.
But I was highly disheartened to hear that Simone Biles is not going to be competing in the rest of the Olympics. Because one, we were talking about her, and we talked about all of the moves that she was
The
doing.
GOAT,
that was
baby.
kind of,
The GOAT.
the GOAT.
The GOAT.
I don't
Greatest
remember.
of all time.
Oh, true that. But I didn't know. But it was interesting to then see. So I'm going to show you a video of the vault that led her to her decision. What?
Go ahead.
You're
Don't
me.
play it just yet because Rob Nagel has a question for everyone.
Hmm.
How do you fit your third leg into those tight snatches? All right, go ahead.
Simone Biles, vault. That was the vault that made her decide that she wasn't in the right mind space.
Right mind space.
Right mind space. She said that, what is it, the Twisties?
She has the twisties.
The Twisties.
The twisties is a term.
It's actually a gymnastics term.
Yeah, it's a gymnastic term that when gymnasts feel that this thing inside of them where like when they're twisting, they don't know where they are.
They don't know which way is up.
They don't know which way is up. And that that type of energy, that feeling can cause very serious accidents and could hurt a gymnast who's twisting in the air and can't figure out where the ground is, and they could fall on their neck, on their back, on their knees, whatever. So the twisties is a very big deal. It's a very, very big deal.
Freeze. So this is a slow motion version of that with some commentary to kind of help you understand where maybe Simone Biles.
We can tell that she gets lost in the air. She is twisting here. So right now she does a half.
Okay.
She's going. She finishes. This is the full, right?
Full.
And she opens up. And you see her head looking to the right. She's twisting to the right. It looked like she wanted to keep twisting, but had opened up and gotten lost in the air. The fact that she landed while getting lost in the air is incredible.
So that was Lori Hernandez, who was a gymnast. And there are many other commentators out there that said it's actually amazing she landed on her feet at all. Because when the twisties happen, you don't know which way is up. You don't know anything. And the fact that you're able to kind of, she planted it in any way, shape, or form was amazing. Now, this is the problem. May I say the problem?
What's the problem?
Well, the problem is Simone Biles reflected, thought about it, and said, I think I need to stand back. I had to stand back from this, not just this event, but the rest of the events, because my mind and body are not aligned to continue with this. I think I will do damage to myself and I'll do damage to my team, and they might not score or they might not medal. So she took a stand back. And what happened was there was backlash.
She chose self-care.
She did that.
Hey, Annalise Erickson. She chose self-care. She realized that her mental health and her physical health, meaning she didn't want to hurt herself, aligned with each other. And she realized that she had to take care of herself, which is her business. Her business to take care of her herself. And so she said, you know what? Guess what? I got 27 other gold medals. I got so many records. I do shit none of y'all can do. I do shit none of y'all can do.
She invents flips, for God's sake.
I do shit so well that they have to take points away from me because the other girls feel upset.
That's true.
So
Very
she said,
true.
I am choosing my mental and physical health over this. But then these are the things that started happening.
So Deputy Texas Attorney General Aaron Wright,
who we like to refer to as hashtag asshole,
has a famous now deleted tweet in which he says, come on, tweet, contrast this with our selfish, childish national embarrassment, Simone Biles. And he posted something of, what's her face, Scruggs, remember her? I can't remember her first name all of a sudden. But of someone that, another gymnast that had an issue, but then continued actually doing the event. Carrie Strug.
Carrie Strug.
You're making it up.
No, it's Carrie Strug.
Strug.
Please let him know that I'm not making it up.
But yes, but she...
Sumac, let him know.
But posted, and then he realized, oh, wait, I made a mistake. I have a problem. I have a problem.
Stacey Reed Payton, you know how I feel about this.
With grown-ass white men telling generations younger individuals how they did wrong. I have a humongous problem about that.
All right, first, okay.
We have one more, just to get you really angry, because we're not done.
I'm going to start rocking.
Piers Morgan.
And humming Black Spirituals.
Here we go. Read it.
Mental health issues. Now the go-to excuse for any poor performance in elite sport. What a joke. Just admit you did badly, made mistakes, and will strive to do better next time. Kids need strong role models, not this nonsense.
So one of the things that I heard during this was that, thank you, that when, you're in the air, you're doing the flipping and whatever, gymnastics, you can hurt yourself severely. You can kill yourself in gymnastics.
There's a bunch of middle-aged people watching us right now who can't do a cartwheel without hurting themselves. Go ahead, baby. I love you.
My point is, I like doing swimming. I like to do swimming.
You are very good.
There was no way I would hurt myself like that doing swimming.
Because you just like that.
You just keep going. I mean, in other sports, you're not like practically. I mean, so what do you think the most dangerous sports is? I mean, I think race car driving seems like a very dangerous sport. Right? Football, very dangerous sport. But I think gymnastics is right up there.
Yeah.
And so anyway, that is ridiculous. Simone Biles came back, and she has two quotes I would like to have read by my charming and talented husband, Michael A. Shepard.
For anyone saying I quit, I didn't quit. My body and head are simply not in sync. I don't think you realize how dangerous this is on a hard competition surface. Now, I've had plenty of bad performances throughout my career and finished the competition. I simply got so lost, my safety was at risk as well as a team medal. Ba-ta-boom.
Team medal.
Got me so upset. I'm coughing.
I don't know what that was. I have another one for you, but I'm afraid to have you do it because, these are long.
I had a drink. I'm okay.
Yeah, here we go.
Let's go. All right. I'm going to read this one for you, Sean Taylor. You literally cannot tell up from down. It's the craziest feeling ever, not having an inch of control over your body. What's even scarier is since I have no idea where I am in the air, I also have no idea how hard I'm going to land or what I'm going to land on. It's honestly petrifying trying to do a skill, but not having your mind and body in sync.
And she is there. She's supporting the team on, even though she's not participating. I find her kind of awesome.
She is awesome.
And for anyone out there that's having issues, by all means, reach out. I said that to my dad today. I know that it's hard for him.
As someone who suffers from
reach out.
mental illness.
Do you?
It's crazy, right? I suffer from mental illness. Being bipolar and manic depressive. Look, y'all, I know firsthand what this shit is like. And the number of times that I have gone to hit a high note on stage, bringing it all back to me. It's like when you go and then you have that moment in your head. Every actor out there knows. You have that one moment where you go, especially when you sing, you're like, oh shit, am I going to hit that note? Then you don't hit the note.
Because you're thinking about it.
You're thinking about it.
You shouldn't be thinking about it.
And you do
But
that.
the problem
and
is
it's just
when you
like,
get in your mind in that way, oh my God, I hope I don't blow this monologue. I hope I don't blow this song. You blow the monologue or song because you're thinking about blowing it. And I would imagine in gymnastics.
You're thinking about blowing it.
What'd you say?
I didn't say nothing.
We're going to be talking about the penis.
Just felt like the right moment to do
It's
that.
always the right moment. All right. This is what I want to say to you, middle-aged white men who can't bend over to tie your goddamn shoe.
Ooh, Pierce Morgan.
All right, Pierce Morgan. When you do a triple, quadruple flip on a 4-inch, 5-inch pole, long ass thing, beam. When you can do that shit, first of all, most of y'all don't even care about gymnastics. You have never thought about it. You've never turned it. But all of a sudden, this black girl decided to speak her damn mind and say what she was going to do for her body and her time and her experience. Yeah. Now y'all want to talk some shit. Yes. Let me just tell you, sit the fuck. Take plenty of fucking seats.
Yes.
All of you motherfuckers can take plenty of fucking seats because that's what you need to do. This black woman and the other black woman, Miss Naomi Osaka, they have decided that they are going to take care of themselves. And y'all can't stand that shit. Our black bodies are not here for your entertainment. All right? We are making choices now that don't have anything to do with you, and that's why y'all so pissed off. But you better get used to that feeling because shit's changing. Now, what else we want to talk about tonight?
That is a hashtag. Our black bodies are not here for your entertainment. I have an image for you, Mike.
Ooh, an image. I like an image.
Go.
Okay. That's Jamie Lee Curtis.
You share her birthday.
November 22nd is our birthday.
Same birthday.
And we also share the same adoption attorney. Now, we're not supposed to know that.
Do we know that?
We do know that because we walked into our adoption attorney's office and there was a picture of her and her family. This is 18 years ago. Her and her family's picture was up on the wall, on his little credenza. Credenza? Is that a word?
It's not a wall.
Crescenzo? Is that a word? Anyway.
Credenza and wall are not synonyms.
So anyway, and I was like, oh my God, Jamie Lee Curtis, because I wrote a children's book for Jamie Lee Curtis.
Synonyms.
Anyway, all right.
Synonyms.
So anyway, that's Jamie Lee Curtis.
Conceptualized.
And she is my spirit animal. She is everything to me.
So she's on the cover of this magazine, and what is significant?
She's on the cover of AARP for people of a certain age.
Yes. And she talks about...
She talks about the fact that her 25-year-old daughter, Ruby, is trans.
Yes.
And it's very exciting. And the journey that her and her husband, Christopher Guest, went through.
Yeah.
And it is just beautiful. And I want everyone, if you receive this magazine, we don't. We don't receive it. We're way too young.
Way too young.
To receive that magazine.
We don't get that magazine.
Yeah, we do.
Did you throw it away? Did you read the article?
No, it has. We haven't gotten it yet because it just hasn't been shown up at the house yet. I paid the $12.
I'm showing the picture.
All right,
there they are.
Look at that.
So it's Jamie Lee Curtis, daughter Ruby.
Look at that. Oh, it's so delicious and delightful. All right, so
she is proud mama, man.
Proud mama. And it started like.
And the other thing that it was in here, it says that she is going to officiate Ruby's wedding. Yes,
Ruby's wedding. You know who else is having a wedding?
Who?
You don't even have this information. Who else is having a wedding? Is oh no. I just forgot.
Oh no.
I forgot. Anita Bryant. Anita Bryant is not getting married, but Anita Bryant's granddaughter is to another woman. Because what? Anita Bryant's granddaughter is a lesbian. A lesbian. And they are getting married. And she talks about in an article that she had to tell her grandmother that she was a lesbian over the holidays.
And how'd it go?
She just sat there
Anita?
And told her that Anita sat there and said, gayness doesn't exist.
Anita Bryant said that?
Anita Bryant said that to her 84, she's 84-year-old ass.
I wish you told me. I want that clip of when she gets the pie in the face.
Oh, baby. That's delicious.
So I think this is the rule. If you choose to go on a rant against any aspect, I'm going to finish my sentence before I do something. You keep interrupting when I speak, and then you talk and you want my attention when you speak. You understand there's a problem here. But I think there's a rule. Let's have a rule right now.
Okay, what's the rule?
The rule is if you speak against any aspect, just looking directly at me, isn't he? Any part of America, if you say, I don't like gays, I don't like blacks, I don't like whatever. You do not like them. Guess what? Your grandchild is going to marry them. That's the rule. Done.
Did you hear that, Anita? There's probably another one in there too, just to be very clear.
Speaking of weddings.
Ooh, I like it. What the fuck is that? All right. So, everyone, we're gonna take a moment for you to tell us
what
that is.
Yeah, take a look.
Right, take a look at that.
Take a look.
And I want you to tell us what you think that
this is. And the only hint you get is, speaking about weddings.
While
what
we're
am
looking,
I handing you?
Because I'm empty and I need this.
Running on empty.
Running on high. 24,
What do you
6,
think
2, 1.
this is? Is anyone commenting?
Do we know? Do we know? Are we commenting? Huh?
Does anyone know?
No one knows what that is. I think we should tell them.
That is a 40-year-old piece of wedding cake.
40-year-old piece of wedding cake.
It is Princess Diana Charles's wedding cake. Someone took a slice. They stored it, I don't know where, in the freezer.
Rob Nagel says it looks like Liberace's Bible.
It's Princess Diana's wedding cake, and there's such
a coat of arms.
There's a similarity between,
Can you show it again so we can talk about this?
It is on the auction block. It is going to be sold, I think, through Christie's. They are selling this piece of 40-year-old wedding cake. I said to Michael earlier, I said, how much do you think someone would, because of course, when you do an auction, they always say how much they anticipate they would get for it. I said, how much do you think their top bid will be? What did you say?
I said $300,000.
He said $300,000. They said, no, it's like $150. like maybe $600. Maybe
$600 for a 40-year-old. Now, this man right here, when we got married, we had a beautiful cake. Our cake was absolutely stunning. And we took the entire top off the cake and we froze it. Because, they
tell you
if you go with tradition, that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
You're supposed to take, and I thought, someone that said, no, it's just a slice, and you freeze a slice, and you eat the slice, on your first anniversary. So we took the whole top, though, and froze that sucker, pulled it out,
threw it away.
Threw it the fuck away.
Well, you're supposed to keep it only for a year. I don't know.
Yeah, it's your first year. You go back to it. Now,
no one said 40 years.
No. How you gonna keep someone's cake?
40 years.
How you gonna keep someone's cake for 40 years?
And not only 40, they're divorced, and one of them is, unfortunately dead.
Passed on.
So there we are.
40 years. So, but you're supposed to take, just a little piece of it, and it says lifelong, 23 years.
And all I said during that entire year is, it's taking too much space. Can we get rid of it? When do we chuck it?
In the freezer.
How do we get rid of it?
All right. So, but we did, when we got married, it was so fucking traditional. It was
wait, are you saying that?
No. It was.
Oh my God, I was going to get on his skin. Are you saying, look at the bad thing? What are you going to do about that?
No, it's not that it was a bad thing. It's just that, you know what, because that was like the mold we knew 20
But weirdly enough, you're sort of a traditional guy.
Don't you dare say that out loud.
He is. You're more traditional than I am.
I am so fucking traditional. Y'all don't know. Y'all don't understand.
Yeah.
It becomes just stupid how traditional I am. And I love traditions. I love creating things. I love, matching pajamas on Christmas Eve. I love making certain things on holidays. Let's move on. I don't want to talk anymore about me and my traditions. Tradition. I'll
just wait.
Tradition.
Had to wait for that one. So no segue, but the New Yorker.
Okay.
The New Yorker had an article this month called "The Secret Footage of the NRA Chiefs Botched Elephant Hunt."
Okay, y'all.
You know where this is going.
Okay, y'all.
What are you going to talk about?
We're about to talk the NRA. We're talking about the NRA. We're a little serious right now, so get ready. Here we go. Talk on it.
So in 2013.
2013.
Yes, indeed.
All of a sudden, I became like Diamond and Silk, where that little cooney heifer on the one side, all she does is just repeat whatever the other one said. Whatever Step and Fetch it said, she repeats it. Go.
You do talk more than me.
Talk more than me.
So, In 2013, don't say it all the time. Let me get some words out.
I'll let you get some words out.
So NRA Executive Vice President Wayne LaPierre.
LaPierre.
We love him. We love him. And his quite attractive wife, Susan.
That heifer.
They went on a hunting trip to Botswana. You stopped doing it. I'm not sure if
I can't do Botswana
Okay.
because I'm pissed at them for letting them do this.
So I did not know this, but there's a TV show called Under Wild Skies, and it's a hunting show that is sponsored by the NRA. Did you know about Hunting Wild Skies?
I did know about it, yes.
Because it's been evidently on for years. I don't think it's on now, but it was on for years. And there was a 2013, 2014 episode of the LaPierres going to Botswana and shooting up a shitload of animals, killing them. And I'm going to say something?
Yes. We need to do a what?
I don't know.
Trigger warning. We're talking about animals being hurt.
Oh, well, I have
So
a
if you
banner.
have a problem with animals being hurt.
I wasn't sure how this should look. Is that wrong?
Please close your ears because we don't want you to want to hear this because we're not going to show any. We have one little video, but it doesn't show any animals
we have 2 videos
being hurt.
No.
It's just what happens before.
That was
All right.
that was very judiciously.
Yes. Rob Nago, we should be hunting NRA members. That would make me happy.
So anyway, am I getting back to this?
Yes, please.
So they're on this episode of Under Wild Skies, and it ended up not being aired because they realized that killing elephants would possibly be a bad look. So what happened is that the New Yorker uncovered the footage. So we have 2 clips. One is of Wayne shooting. Actually, no. Wayne does not shoot an elephant. Wayne tries to shoot an elephant. If you want to watch this, type in New Yorker and
it's painful though.
I stopped it like 5 times and I got crazy emotional. But Wayne tries to kill this poor elephant, hits it, but doesn't kill it like 3 times. And finally, what I'm about to show you, it's the shot you hear is actually of the person, the guide that he's with, because he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. But here's this one.
That's it. Well done, my friend.
Okay. Thanks, Terry. You dropped him like no tomorrow.
Thanks.
Whoa. Congratulations, Wayne. Well
That's
done,
something,
Terry.
I'll tell you.
Congratulations. You didn't shoot the elephant. I had to do it for you. But because you're the white man with the money, I'm going to say congratulations
5 times
to you.
He shot the elephant 5 times. The elephant didn't die. The 6th shot took the elephant down.
His
Killed
wife,
the elephant.
Susan, is a bit bloodlier and is a better shot. But even still, look at the smile on her face after she does this.
Right between the front legs on that crease, toward his belly more.
It's done. Well done. Congratulations.
I can't believe it.
Well
that
done,
was not
Susan.
expected here today.
Just happy. I killed an elephant. But this is what they did after they killed the elephant.
So after they killed the elephant, they realized that this was controversial. So what they did was they had everything boxed up. They have I actually have a thing here. It's quite disturbing. They had a shipment. Do you want to read that?
I don't need to read it.
1
Y'all
Cape
just read it,
buffalo
we'll
skull,
talk.
2 sheets of elephant skin, 2 elephants' ears, 4 elephants' tusks. Anyway, you get the idea. It's disgusting. They shot a shitload of animals. And by the way, elephants in Botswana are endangered. So let's think about this. They're shooting endangered species, the whole thing. Then they had it boxed up, and then Susan was like, I don't want the name LaPierre on any of the stuff, so we have to kind of divert it. So they ship it to Johannesburg first, and then ship it to their taxidermist, I don't know, somewhere in the States, I don't know where they are. And then the taxidermist does its magic and kind of creates various things for their
Including
home.
a giant table made out of the elephant's foot.
Well, I have that image right here. Well, 2 stools. There were
2 stools. There's
of
stools.
the elephant's feet. Oh, I can't. Don't even look at it. Don't
It's
look
like,
at it.
but this is the good part.
Well, no, we haven't gotten to it. So they do all of this, right? And this is let me put this out there. The NRA is a non-for-profit organization. Now, you can, whatever you want to say about the NRA, you still got to follow the various rules that the non-for-profit organization, is for. But you can't profit from the non-for-profit organization, even if that means elephant stools. You can't profit from bringing a bunch of stuff home if the organization is paying for it. They're paying for the trip, paying for the shipment, paying for the taxidermy, paying for every aspect of that. And that has gotten them into trouble. And I have a superhero of the day. That is, yes.
That's Letitia James. Hey, Letitia. They call her Tish.
Tish
James.
Tish James, New York's Attorney General. So interestingly, Tish James, let me just say this about Tish James. She is dealing with Andrew Cuomo. She is dealing with Donald Trump. She's dealing with Google. She's dealing with Facebook. And now she's dealing with the NRA.
But guess what? She is a black woman, so she can handle all that shit because that's what she's been doing her entire fucking life.
Indeed.
Dealing with white folks' bullshit.
And 2 years ago...
I said it.
2 years ago, Michael Shepard, she put out a thing as the Attorney General saying, we are going to dissolve the NRA.
Boop.
Dissolve. And this what's interesting about this thing that has now appeared, this clip that the New Yorker has appeared, all that does is put them into deep shit. All it does is put them into crazy, crazy deep shit. And so this is something that was on the Letitia Jones's website on, I guess, the state of New York. Do you want to read this? The case against the NRA.
Will proceed in the New York County State Supreme Court, where Attorney General James will continue to fight for the organization's dissolution, for a removal of two of its top leaders, LaPierre and Fraser, for full restitution of tens of millions of dollars from LaPierre, Phillips Powell, and Fraser, for penalties, and for the 4 individuals to never be able to serve on the board of a charity in New York State again.
And she just had a win back in May because they tried to move the center of offices to Texas because they thought Texas would be more lenient than New York State.
But they didn't realize Texas has a whorehouse in it. Lord have mercy on my soul.
And Texas, well, I don't know who tried that case, but they went, no. Go back to New York. And so it's under Letitia James' purview. And
New York City.
She is going to fuck them up. And that is the best part about this. And out of that, I have this to show you.
Come look at these old pictures. I think I must have been about 10 years old in this when Big Daddy just taught me how to ride a horse.
You were quite a little porker back then, weren't you?
I was a little chunky, that's all.
Blanche, the horse's eyes are crossed. You were fat.
Every little girl goes through that ugly stage.
Yeah, ugly, yes, but this is ugly and fat.
Rose, why don't we just show Mr. Vaughn around the theater?
Well, why don't I just do that myself, since I've had the most experience performing here?
Blanche, the parking lot doesn't count. I'll do.
They were probably looking for drugs.
We have Malox and estrogen.
That was a typical B. Arthur moment where she just was silent for like that beat before her line.
When I say
Rose, we have Malox and estrogen.
I have done so many of her takes in so many things that I've done. And people go, oh, that was such a great take. And I go, it was B. Arthur. I'm literally channeling B. Arthur. That's all you do.
Beat. Slow turn of the head.
Respond. All right. All right. So I got a couple things I want to clear up. Lord have mercy. I'm not acne.
He can't clear up anything. He doesn't.
One of the things. Hey, Madonna. One of the things I want to talk about. All right. So we need, because Jennifer Lee Warren, Broadway superstar, is saying that she wants to share our page. Well, Jennifer, normally you can share, but what's happening tonight is that we had to come back on, so we didn't leave that open. So I apologize for that.
I had no idea we did that.
So, but what I want you all to do is please go to our YouTube page. Right now we have about 35 followers.
We want to get to
Boozing with Gays, and we want to get to 100. We do want to get to 100.
That's such
if we get to
in some ways, that's a
100,
pathetic amount. So
it's a pathetic amount, but we can get to 100.
What does that do for us?
Because
do we get a t-shirt?
Then we can actually have our own YouTube channel.
Oh, then subscribe.
Subscribe to our
painless.
YouTube channel. It's so painless. Just do it, do it, do it.
Tell
do
your
it,
friends.
do it.
Help us out.
Yeah.
I'll bake you a bread.
He says that every week, and then no one ever gets a bread.
Well, I keep forgetting to tally up points and stuff. We did a quiz.
We don't have a quiz tonight.
We did a
just
quiz
so
2 weeks ago,
We
and
don't
I
have a quiz
never got points to find out
right.
if anyone won. That was a bad.
Wait. Our live channel, our YouTube channel, we just got, something just happened. That was weird.
What?
And we just got like, on our Facebook page, it went bleep. It froze, and then it came back.
Oh.
It was very strange, because I'm watching this.
Okay,
and
that isn't interesting. You don't have
Well, I need to know that. I need to know that. All right, so I've got
You're
a couple of things.
through your neuroses. They don't need to see your neuroses.
Mental health.
By
He
the
never
way,
cares about my mental health.
By the way, I have a feeling that Letitia James is not going to take a mental health moment. She's going to go after her people. And I'm so thrilled. I couldn't be more thrilled.
She's gonna pour a big glass of red wine like she's on Scandal and sit there and with all those files in front of her, knowing she about to bring some people
Tish
to her
James
feet.
is Olivia Pope.
All right.
Okay. Fine.
So I have a couple little things I want to talk about.
You got it.
One, as you all know, Broadway is back.
Question mark?
There are shows that have opened on Broadway and things are
But it's a
happening
lot
on
of the
Broadway.
popular ones, like Hamilton.
Hamilton's not open yet.
Isn't it going to?
No, Hamilton is not open yet.
I'm confused.
No. So what we have is we have Bruce Springsteen on Broadway, which is the first show that opened on
Right.
Broadway. Coming back was Bruce Springsteen on Broadway.
Now, is Bruce Springsteen on Broadway starring Bruce Springsteen, or is it like actors being like Cher? There were actors.
Yeah. All right. So this is what I want to know: are we being interrupted on the other broadcast? Please let me know. I just want to know what's going on. Hey, Stephanie. Hi, Mom.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Because it's telling me on my other screen that I'm watching that we are being interrupted. So please let me know. Give me notes on Facebook, on my Facebook page, letting me know what's happening.
Just let us know.
All right. So just let us know. So all these shows are reopening on Broadway.
Yeah.
But it was just announced that, yes, B. Arthur is Bruce Springsteen.
That would be cool.
In Bruce Springsteen on
but
Broadway.
the thing is, you would just go see that. You wouldn't question it. You just say, I'm
Well,
going.
because she's dead. So first of all, you'd go see it because she's dead and she's back as Bruce Springsteen.
I'm centering us.
Oh,
there we go. Oh,
wow.
I feel better.
You centered us. Although I did that and it was way over here. Shows you about my own thing.
I have to say, when we saw B. Arthur live on stage, we sat behind
brilliant.
Sharon Stone. It was a whole California
Sharon Stone
story.
was right behind us. And this is the story.
No, she was in front of us.
No, Sharon Stone was behind us in line, in front of us in the theater.
I think you're confusing the story entirely, but that's okay. And she talked about her psychic. That was the funniest part. But okay, enough.
All right, so what happened was, anyway, so I want to talk about this. But what has been announced is that for you to go see a Broadway show now, you need to be fully vaxxed.
Okay, let's talk about this.
Yes.
Do you think that that's the right move?
I think it's absolutely the right move. Because you know who else if you work there, you know where you have to be fully vaxxed?
Tell us.
Walmart.
Good.
Do you know where else you have to be?
Surprising.
Do you know where else you have to be fully vaxxed to work? Disney.
Yes.
Do you know where else you have to be fully vaxxed to work?
I'm gonna drink.
Netflix. So all these places are letting you know.
I'm surprised at the Walmart.
Oh, well, I don't know, but they're letting you know.
I'm actually glad of Walmart because Walmart, I would imagine, has a strong Republican following. And right now, a problem in this country are Republicans getting vaccinated. So
I don't know, but they're letting you know right now that you need to be fully vaccinated.
So if you're going to go buy the gun at Walmart, go get vaccinated.
So if you have tickets for Hamilton here in LA,
yes,
Actors Equity said you have to be fully vaxxed to go see it. Well, you have to be fully vaxxed, to be in the show. But then the Broadway League said you also had to be fully vaxxed and wearing a mask if you plan on seeing the show. So if you want to see any of this theater that's coming out right now, y'all better get your vaccinations.
So you just saw something online that was not masked.
Lollapalooza.
Chicago. In Chicago.
So, and then today they were talking about it on the radio, and somebody called it Lollapalooza. I was like, is it Lollapalooza or is it Lollapalooza?
I'm tired of this conversation.
Because if it's Lola, then it's like Lola.
Gina Lola Brigida?
Lola Falana.
Oh, that one.
It's like Lola Falana.
I thought I had a good one there.
I got a thing in my throat.
You have a tickle.
It's a penis.
I wish I was ready. I would just push the button and
Go back. Just push the button. Do the button. Do the button.
Because you keep leaving my thing.
We're going to be talking about the penis.
I wish I was faster on that. I wish I just had it right here in front of me.
All right. Okay. So Michelle Banks says it's not the store employees, it's the administrative employees at Walmart. I don't care. As long as people are getting vaccinated and have to do it.
So what do you think about Joe Biden saying that with the monies that were given to the various states to help us through the vaccine and through COVID, to give all new people who get vaccinated $100? How do you feel about that?
That somebody needs to send me my goddamn $100.
But there's no retroactive pay.
That's what makes me mad.
Because we were good. We were good and we did it right away.
We were first
and
in
we
line.
don't get the $100. But the people that are lazy and that don't believe in it, that want to fight us, they can get the $100. Yeah, I understand.
That's some bullshit. That's some bullshit, y'all. But I'm going to sit here and solid gold it.
I have another. This is about masking.
Oh, masking.
Oh, look at this.
Basilicos notice proof of being unvaccinated required.
What?
We have zero tolerance for treasonous, anti-American stupidity. Thank you for pondering.
So, Basilicos is a restaurant.
Thank you for pondering.
Thank you for being a friend.
All right, Basilicos, talk about it.
Basilicos is a restaurant in Huntington Beach. It's an Italian restaurant. They put this sign up. They are very much for causing a stir. I don't know that they're anti-vaxxing as much as they're trying to create a campaign, right?
Okay, trying to create a campaign.
So this kind of got national, and Chris Cuomo on his show decided to bring this guy on, and his name is Tony Roman, the head of the restaurant. What?
Tony Roman. I want you to look at him and tell me, please, in your comments, who you think this man looks like.
And the thing you have to know also about Tony Roman is at the very end of this interview with Chris Cuomo said, and I don't have this here, I hate the fact that he was such an Italian stereotype, which I found
If you get vaccinated, you protect yourself, you protect the people around you, and you help us get out of this pandemic a little bit faster.
So what's next then? Are we all going to lock ourselves in our homes whenever there's a flu outbreak or there's an outbreak of a cold? You're not going to drag me down the hole talking about the science. This is not about whether I'm pro-vaccine or not. I'm pro-freedom, anti-tyranny.
Tony, it doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. I gave you a chance to make the case. I wish you well. I hope your family stays safe.
I made my case. You didn't have much to say.
I mean, so honestly, you sound like an idiot.
Honestly.
You sound like an idiot.
Sound like an idiot.
And so he came back with, you sound like an idiot. He goes, I'm an idiot for letting you on my show.
And then he said, I hate the fact that he looks like such an stereotype. Okay, so who do you think he looks like?
I want you all to who's guessing? I got to get guesses
I
first.
didn't do this. I was supposed to get like a screenshot of him, and I didn't do that.
Michelle Banks says, Marlon Brando with a listeria scare.
That's worth a bread. I wish I could give you a bread, Michelle, if you were in town.
I'll say it. Who I think he looks like.
Yeah.
I want everyone to watch the Omen 2.
Omen 2. It looks like Damien.
Looks like Damien in Omen 2. It's like crazy. Because he's like literally Peter Boy with Rudy Giuliani's hair dye. Gloria Adams said fish.
Abe Vigoda.
He looks like a young version of Abe Vigoda.
Because he does this and he has the. So I have to. Can I tell you some things about Tony Roman? I'm going to read off my paper.
Stephen Van Zandt. That's a good one. Stephen Van Zandt. He looked very much so.
So this guy has gotten into trouble already. So the Department of Alcoholic Beverage Control received complaints against
I've received complaints from them too. Alcoholic beverage control.
You have to let me finish sentences, though. You can't just interrupt. It's not really about you. It's about us.
It's about us.
And this one I thought was the most telling. In June, Are you listening?
Mm-hmm.
Just making sure. The State Division of Occupational Safety and Health. What division?
Occupation of Safety and Health.
Just making sure you're listening. Levied more than $152,000 in fines for breaching COVID-19 prevention policies. I don't know how he's not going under. I honestly don't.
It makes you wonder how it keeps from going under.
It's an idiotic Italian restaurant, and even if it's like one of the best Italian foods in the world, we've been to good Italian restaurants. If that was the sign in the window, I'd be like, no, not happening, not going, not doing.
If you come to LA, go to Mozza. Mozza are not only some of the best Italian food ever, but when this pandemic hit, while they're during the first 2 or 3 months of this, when their employees couldn't go back to work, they gave all their employees free food every day, as well as anyone who was in need. Mozza, M-O-Z-Z-A. It's a delicious, delicious place.
Okay, this next one is your
Tiffany Warren says, you're testy.
I'm testy today. Oh, I'm testy.
We're going to be talking about the penis.
Testy.
He had it ready. All right. I'm going to go through this real fast. This is real quick.
You want the picture?
I just want to talk about some shit for a minute.
I got a picture when you're ready.
Hey, David C. Nichols. All right, so this picture is someone who is called Da Baby. Now, Da Baby, D-A-B-A-B-Y, Da Baby, is a grown-ass man. A grown-ass man with a penchant for wearing a little blue hat and lots of jewelry. Now, Da Baby said, look at that. That's a bunch of bullshit.
And a lot of tats.
Now, Da Baby has said a whole bunch of homophobic shit. I'm not going to get too much into it because we are just.
I find it really difficult to. That picture is hard to look at. I have to say.
Anyway,
too much. Too much.
A lot of y'all might not know who Da Baby is.
I don't know who Da Baby
but Da Baby is like this. He said a whole bunch of homophobic bullshit and
anti-AIDS.
Anti-HIV.
Really HIV/AIDS. It was horrible stuff.
Anti-HIV/AIDS. Rhetoric. He just did a whole bunch of bullshit. And so he did this while he was on stage. I'm not going to know what he said. Y'all can look that up. So he said all this. He said what he said.
He said what he said.
And so people went, oh, you talking all this bullshit about people sitting, anybody who's not sitting in the alley sucking a dick and don't have AIDS, like, put your lighter up. Okay. So then all of a sudden everybody came down and said, look, fool, you can't be saying that bullshit. It's homophobic. And you've also mixed it with a bunch of misogyny up in there and a bunch of transphobia. You've done a whole bunch of bullshit. And he doubled down and said, fuck it, I'm going to do it again. So he did this shit again. Now, him's got Madonna, Elton John, and today Questlove. Now, Questlove, if you don't know, Questlove is the leader of the band The Roots. Honey, Questlove came down.
What show is he on? Is he on Stephen Colbert, or he's on one of them, right?
He's just on The Roots. That's all I know.
I thought he was on one of the shows.
Yeah, he's on one of the shows.
He's on one of the shows.
But I don't, I know from The Roots. And he also did Summer of Soul, the big documentary that should win the Academy Award. And so he said, look, you can't be doing this bullshit, Negro. You need to pull it back. And then the baby doubled down and said, I don't even know who this Negro is. And then there's a picture of him with the Negro performing. So listen here. This is for Da Baby. Da Baby. He's on Jimmy Fallon. For Da Baby, this is what you need to know. You equals you. Undetectable equals untransmittable. If you are HIV positive and you are undetectable, you cannot transmit the HIV virus. Please understand that and know that you equals you. Undetectable means, what did I just say? All of a sudden,
undeniable.
That snaps hit.
Boozing. I think that, first of all, what you just said, that was awesome.
Untransferable.
That was awesome.
You cannot get it.
No, I'm not saying that part. I'm saying I didn't know you were going to do that on this episode.
Yeah, so
no, you surprised me. Look at me. You surprised me.
After 20, almost.
I'm going to give you a kiss.
After almost 24 years, I still surprised him. Solid gold. All right, so I just want to talk about that shit for just a minute. Now, Da Baby, I hope you heard that. Sit your punk ass down because you're playing out your league because you're losing contracts, you're losing concerts. Just
he lost the clothing line.
Lost the clothing line.
Yeah.
You have lost 2 like
I would like to do one thing.
What's that?
I would like to shift the topic from DaBaby
to
Muppet Babies.
Muppet Babies? We're going to talk about Muppet Babies.
First of all, I didn't know that was a show. Did you know it was a show before this particular?
Of course.
Don't yell at me.
Let me tell you something about my husband. My husband has very little knowledge.
Ciao. For now.
I had to interrupt him. It was just a moment. I had to interrupt what he was going to say. He was going to try to make me sound ignorant. And the closest button was the Dynasty button. Sorry.
This bitch right here. He knows nothing about like pop culture. He doesn't.
Can I play this video as opposed to you talking about me?
This is something that like literally almost made me cry today. I get very emotional. Go.
Wow. Get a load of that dress. I'd love to wear a dress like that to your royal ball.
According to the royal handbook, the girls come as princesses and the boys come as knights.
Oh.
Forward, fellow knights!
Huzzah! Huzzah.
So Gonzo wants to go to this party, and he wants to wear what he wants to wear, and his group, unbeknownst to him, I mean, they didn't know what they were doing.
They said
they held up the social norms. They did.
Very heteronormative social norms. Girls are princesses,
and boys are soldiers.
Are the knights.
Yes,
that's what it is. Now this is what happened. Now we can't show the whole thing because we can only show that much of a clip because we know what we can do. But spoiler alert!
Oh my God!
He wears the dress and becomes Gonzarella. And everyone at the end accepts him.
And they apologize. They said, I didn't realize that I had bullied you into doing this. Miss Piggy apologized. First of all, just stop there. Miss Piggy apologized.
And it's really beautiful. And I have to say this. Matthew Black said, wait, but Fozzie has no bottom pants. How does that affect children? You ain't got no bottom pants.
And so they were very clear that Gonzo is gender non-conforming.
Gonzo. So let's look at what Gonzo wears. When y'all go back to watch the Muppets, you know he dresses, he'll put on a pair of suspenders and a white shirt and a pair of blousy pants in a heartbeat.
Right.
So he's dressing like some of his favorite supervillains. Female supervillains. It's really nice. I love that. That made me so happy that they did. The Muppets, y'all. We can't get grown folks to do anything, but we are teaching our children that it's okay to be gender non-conforming,
and
to be you, to wear whatever you want to wear.
And first of all, I want to back up to our own experiences, because in preschool, Sebastian very much, there was a rack of costumes there. And he loved the dresses. He loved putting on the dresses. The Dorothy dress was his favorite for a while. And he'd put on the gingham Dorothy dress. And he liked twirling around in the mirror and watching it sort of fly up.
Wearing little shoes.
That was his thing. And he asked if he could bring it home for Halloween. And he came home, and we kind of put a whole outfit together. And
we had a little Dorothy hair.
And so
you know us.
And he went down the block, and he was Dorothy. And he came home. He goes, now I want to be a Power Ranger. And then he switched to the Power Ranger outfit, and then he went out for the rest of the night. It didn't mean anything. It was him just being him, exploring who he truly was, and us not saying no.
Right, Banks?
And guess what that means? He is a better person because of it.
Yeah.
He just got to live in that moment.
And is chosen to be heterosexual.
Yeah, but that isn't even part of the story, really. If he wasn't heterosexual, that'd be fine. If he is,
with all you motherfuckers out there who's like, go, no,
it doesn't mean anything. If a boy wants to paint his nails, and great, paint your nails.
Well, look at us. We have 45 seconds.
I'm still furious with Ma for hooking me up with that matchmaker.
That reminds me of a story about St. Olaf's most famous matchmaker.
Please, Rose, spare me the endless inane details of how Heidi Flugendugel Gergenplatz successfully matched a bull with a duck. And how their daughter was a bull duck who ran a small tattoo parlor in Congo.
This is crazy. Since when do you care how you look?
I think it started when I came down from the bell tower and had my hump fixed. Oh, by the way, Blanche, I borrowed your gold earrings, if that's okay.
Oh, it's fine, but I do think I should caution you. They were meant for petite ears.
They'll just have to do until Disney unveils their Dumbo line.
I am the smartest woman in the whole world.
And I am the pygmy queen. I used to think Stan would take care of me. I mean, we didn't have much saved, but he was a darn good novelty salesman. Sounds naive now to think that I placed my hopes for the future on a bald pinhead with the morals of a maggot who made his living selling plastic dog do. Well, at least I'm not bitter.
I love that.
At least I'm not bitter.
At least I'm not bitter.
All right.
That was our last Dorothy video.
So that's the last video. We love y'all. I wanted to talk about, Mila Kunis and her husband not watching their babies, but we ain't gonna talk about that. Y'all look it up. Look it up.
Oh
All right.
God.
Mwah.
You didn't mention that
Thank
to
you.
me.
Thank you.
We
Thank
love
you.
you. Good night.
Oh,
one more thing.
One more thing.
One more thing.
Next week, we don't have time to plan for our show because we're going on vacation. But next Friday is our last show for a minute.
Well, no, you're saying five different things. Next week, we are here.
We are here next Friday.
Yes.
But we need y'all to send in some questions for us. Please send some questions to
It might be so.
because we just want to answer questions. We don't want to do any research because we have a very busy week ahead.
I'm driving up to Northern California to be with my dad for a couple of days.
So-
So that's happening.
Yeah. So
Then I'll be
just
back.
send us questions you want us to answer.
We might vamp.
We're just going to vamp for like an hour or so.
Maybe
And,
not.
all
Maybe
right,
30
maybe
minutes.
30
Maybe
minutes.
30
We don't
minutes.
know. We don't know. All right. But thank you all for just joining us and kisses and
Say
hugs.
ciao, ciao for now.
Ciao, ciao, ciao. For now.
Night, night.